Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics and welcome back to another episode of New Arrivals. We're coming to you from a very hot and sunny Dedemsvaart. It's what kind of holiday is it today?
Ascension Day.
Ascension Day. So there's no one here. We have the whole marketing department to ourselves. And it is our pleasure and our task, as always, to find our 4 favorite new entries to our lineup at the Fellowship. Those will be in these racks here in the photo studio as well. And we are going to pick our 4 favorites of the week. And then it's up to you to leave your comment down below which is your favorite. And you can also vote in the poll in the community side of our YouTube page. Last week, your favorite was the Collings, what was it? The traditional D2HT.
Yep.
And there was also some love for the Per Markloot, which was a great sounding guitar, but it was not your favorite in the poll at least. So curious to see what is your favorite this week. So let's dive in right now.
Yeah, before we do that, it's actually Whit Monday. Let's go!
We're not really up to date with all of our biblical references, so sorry. Let's start with this Santa Cruz guitar. I already mentioned it last week, but I also visited Richard Hoover and Brenda there at the Santa Cruz factory, and I had a wonderful look around the factory, saw some beautiful guitars, and this is a 00 custom. Wow. The first thing that pops out, of course, the beautiful, like I think they call this buttered toast or something, like an amberish finish, but maybe you call this like a rope purfling, but that matches so beautifully with the...
It's really hard to focus, but it's really nice.
Beautiful. Let's check that out. We have some figured mahogany. See some nice movement here on the back, on the sides. And then we have a moon spruce top. And like I said, the buttered toast finish. Slotted headstock. Let's just play this one. Wonderful sound, really sweet, a nice like a chime in the top end, but like rounded off. Beautiful sounding guitar. Really great start to this episode. Next up, we're going vintage. We're going wartime. J45, already a spoiler. It only says vintage, but we're looking at a 1944 Gibson J45. That top looks so cool. Is it like one piece? I don't even see like a center seam here, or that it is book match.
Questionable.
We will look into that. What I do know is that this is a Hogtop, and this happened a lot in the war. Of course, for the war effort, there were a lot of wood was needed as well. There were wood shortages, and mahogany was easier to come by than spruce. So you see some J45s with mahogany tops as well. And some people really love the sound of these all mahogany guitars because we also see mahogany on the back and sides, of course. We also see some J45s and LG guitars with maple as well, maple back and sides. So they experimented a lot and they just worked with the wood that they had at the time. And like we said, the top is looking really incredible. If this is the original finish, then I'm gobsmacked. This really looks like a really well done refin, but we'll dive into that. You will see it on the website once you see this episode. Just incredible, and we will also find out if this is a one-piece mahogany top. Of course, Banner era, only a Gibson is good enough. The Banner also survived, and only a Gibson is good enough. We see a new bridge as well. That's pretty noticeable that this is not the original, but a beautiful rosewood bridge on here. It's always the question with vintage guitar, if this is just between my ears, if it's in my head, if this is a really great and lively and like vibey sounding guitar. I do think it sounds really great, and it's also the thought that this is a guitar from 1944, of course, that always plays a big part. I do think it sounds really great. It's pretty mid-focused, not a lot of low end, enough high end to make it like a clear and articulate sound, but pretty mid-focused. I think this will sound amazing in front of a microphone as well. Yeah, it's just a 1944 Hogtop. I think it is really special to see this guitar here. Though I am a big fan of the Santa Cruz 00, and we might even pick it in one of the later rounds. But this will be our first choice for Disney Rivals. Number 1. Let's grab a few Gibson style guitars from the photo studio. We're going electric for round 2. Let's start with this Nick Huber. This is one of the Orca models, second hand from 2024, so pretty young. Oh, that's a nice, really nice top. Check out this this flame.
Satin.
Yeah, so I think like a flame in a satin finish. I like the look of that more than a really high gloss sort of maybe PRS style finish. This is more to my liking. A beautiful Orca 59. These are also like the 59 humbuckers. I believe like the brand is called Housel that makes these pickups. Great sounding pickups as well. Of course, a carved top, which also pops out really beautifully in this satin finish. Mahogany body, mahogany neck as well. A beautiful nice rosewood.
Yeah, the rosewood finishes.
Rosewood plates here. One thing I missed that I saw on the specs here, that this beautiful maple binding that we see here. And again, the rosewood on the fingerboard looks almost like a really nice and very dark reddish Brazilian, and that matches really nicely with the rosewood here. On the back, let's see another thing. Oh, there are also two. There's a push-pull. Doesn't say what it does, but maybe it's a split of the humbuckers, would be logical. From a modern take on the Gibson design, we're going to a vintage Gibson from 1976. And this is a ES335, it says. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, wow. A really dark wine red. Man, that is a cool color. This is one of the best looking wine red finishes I've seen. Also the 70s 335s with the trapeze tailpiece, just really cool. Small block inlays. It looks to be in pretty original condition except for the obvious extra toggle switch. We'll definitely find out what that does. I'm tempted to pick this as my second choice, and then we'll find out making the demo what that switch does. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what that switch does and how this guitar will sound. And it is a beautiful looking wine red 335. So might be a nice second choice for Disney Rivals. Another thing I saw in the photo studio was the arrival of 2 new Collings guitars. And that always makes us very happy. Let's grab them and open them out here. Left hand, right hand.
Let's start with that one.
Okay. This looks to be an OM of sorts. And I think I know what's inside of here.
It's your guitar.
It is almost my guitar. It is a OM1A JL. So the A standing for Adirondack. So
The JL.
Julian Lage, of course.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what the kids are doing these days. Love you, Julian. This is the Julian Lage Collings, based on his 1939 0018 that he plays a lot. Right now you will see him mostly playing a OM1 JL on stage. I went to see him doing his like solo acoustic tour. It is really incredible that that guy can just play for 2 hours straight, only himself with an acoustic guitar on a stage and a microphone in front of it, and just also improvising. It is really out of this world. With the OM1A JL, you don't get the 0018 scale length, so you do get the slightly longer OM scale length. Collings offers that. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course, mahogany body like a 0018 or the 18 style. Adirondack spruce top on here. Another thing that they added as an homage to Julian's original guitar is the neck shape. So ended up being a slightly like asymmetrical neck shape that Julian really liked. So that is also what you get on the JL OM guitars from Collings. You see that on the OM1A and also the OM1, and I find it a really comfortable neck shape. You don't really notice it as being like asymmetrical. It's just a really comfortable playing experience, I find. Let's open the other one as well, and then we'll demo them both. And this is a Dreadnought guitar that is near and dear to our heart, because this is a D3A, wait for it, Bois de Rose. Ooh, that looks tasty.
It's like a very reddish rosewood, right?
Yeah, so this is Bois de Rose, is French for rosewood, if I'm not mistaken, and it is found also in Madagascar. So it is really close to Madagascar rosewood, but it is slightly different. So you get a really intense dark red look to the rosewood, which is incredible. The D3A, of course, the most cosmetic appointment that you can get with Collings, and A also standing for Adirondack on this particular guitar. You have the 1/11/16 nut width also on the OM1A, by the way, which is slightly narrow, but I find it to be really comfortable. This is one of the guitars that we had built by Collings for our 25th anniversary. That is also why you see this beautiful rhododendron flower inlay on the headstock. Of course, a nod to Rudy, starting out as a landscaping artist, a flower seller.
Yeah, and there's rhododendrons around the entire villa.
Yeah, so it is a flower that is connected to the fellowship throughout the years. A beautiful guitar. Let's see how this one sounds. This one has a lot of volume, a really loud guitar, a lot of headroom as well. Also with the Adirondack top added. Let's quickly move over to the OM1A, and then we'll make a choice out of these two. But I suspect that even though it also has an Adirondack top, that it will sound pretty much entirely different. Like I thought, completely different. This is a sound more to my liking, even though it also has Adirondack, and it is a pretty loud guitar for an OM. It still slightly compresses. I think that has to do with the slightly smaller body size compared to a big Dreadnought. But that's what I like in a guitar, so that allows you to play a little bit softer. Of course, that is what an OM is known for as well. The D3A, Bois de Rose, will be like a bluegrass guitar's dream, because you have like volume for days. So I think we'll have to make a choice between these two.
I did also happen to notice that the strings on these, they're quite different, right?
They are also different. They are like the Dario, what do they call it? Nickel bronze.
Nickel bronze.
So they are
this is a phosphor bronze set, probably.
Yeah. So I think these are also the Dario, probably XS strings on here.
Maybe.
Yeah, phosphor bronze, nickel bronze, really different. But this is a guitar this is a fellowship guitar, right?
It is true.
So We'll go for the D3A, but they are both winners in our book. The first Fender of the week, we have a Rosewood Tele. These are so cool.
Wow.
And this is one of the Japanese reissues from the 80s. This is a 1985 MIJ. I think they also call it like the T69 or something. We call this a Rosewood Tele because it's made of all rosewood. But we have a pancake body, as you can see. A little slice of delicious maple in between the two slabs of rosewood. Then we also have a rosewood neck.
With
also another maple,
maple,
some delicious maple in here. And then also a rosewood fingerboard. The 69 in the T69 of course comes from the late 60s all rosewood teles that Fender made. And there's only one artist that you can think of when you see this guitar, and that is George Harrison. Of course, we all know the Rooftop concert. This is one of the most important guitars of pop music history. And he played a guitar that was made for him specifically, and that was made in 1968, so not 69. But there are a lot of George Harrison fanatics and Beatles tribute bands that have a guitar just like this. They have a really specific sound. They don't really sound like a standard Tele. They can be pretty fierce and have a pretty hefty attack on every note. But that's also the sound that George Harrison had also on those records. And apart from the sound, there is a reason why people don't make electric guitars out of full rosewood most of the time. Because rosewood is really heavy. And I believe these are also chambered slabs of rosewood. Still, it is, you can feel it, it's a pretty heavy Tele. But that's also what you expect with a guitar like this. But it is, and it is chambered. So imagine if it wasn't chambered, a really heavy guitar. And that also adds to like the sustain and the sound of an instrument like this. But there are some other electrics, and I'm also still thinking about the Santa Cruz 00, the buttered toast. That was incredible as well. This is another builder that I'm not familiar with. Of course, I've known his name. It is Tom Anderson, and this is called a Hollow Drop Classic. Let's check it out. Okay, they call this a translucent amber burst. And this one is lightweight. Feel this? Pretty lightweight for what you expect.
Oh, that's really
that's really nice. So I'm thinking this is a hollow body. So Tom Anderson builds his guitars in California. It also says here on the plate 1/23, so 23rd of January 2001. This is a basswood body. Check it out. And it is a chambered basswood body, and we have a flamed maple top on here and also maple on the binding as well. Then it also says here on the back of the headstock it has a Bois. Do you pronounce it like this? Bois
tuning.
Bois. I'm not really familiar with this. If you know a lot about it, then please leave a comment down below. It has to do something with the intonation, the placement of the bridge or the frets. I'll dive into that, but this must be a really nicely intonated guitar. And you see a lot of high-profile session musician and other artists playing a lot of Tom Anderson guitars. So there's a reason why this is so popular. The pickups that are in here, it says it is a SA1R, an SA1, and an H2. I'm not going to pick this for the new arrivals, but no, it is up on the website if you're interested in Tom Anderson guitars. I see a little mark here on the headstock, by the way. It has been played.
I mean, it's from 2001.
2001, so it is pretty clean, and it is a nice amber finish. Reminds me a little bit of the buttered toast. I'm thinking I'm going with the Yeah, the Santa Cruz was amazing.
Rosewood
Yeah.
Tele.
Yes.
Where's Bill when you need him?
He's gone. He's at home resting after a hard week's work. So I do think I'm going with the Rosewood Tele, but maybe this Les Paul will change my mind. This is a new custom shop Les Paul. Oh.
It is pretty nice.
Wow.
Humbucker P90.
Yeah. Bixby 56 model. Damn. It's like a Neil Young Les Paul.
Guitar.
Yeah, Jim, if you're watching, then be fast. Give us a call. I know this is something for you. Let's check out the relic here on the back. All done by the Murphy Lab. An ebony Les Paul 56 Humbucker P90 Bixby. It's pretty interesting as well. It is a stunner. In terms of looks, this might top it for me, but still, I'm going with my original choice. We're going with the Rosewood Tele from 1985, the George Harrison guitar, and that concludes our list of 4 guitars for these new rifles.
Check it out.
So that brings us to the end of this episode of New Arrivals. Thank you very much for watching, and please leave a comment down below which is your favorite of the 4 that you've seen today. Let's do a quick run through again. So we ended with the George Harrison Tele. We had a Collings D3A Bois de Rose TFOA 25th anniversary. Then we had, what was this? ES335, the wine red, from 76. And then we had a J45 Hogtop with the incredible top, like the one-piece top, it looked like, from 1944. Huge shout out to the 00 custom from Santa Cruz, the Butter Toast, Moon Spruce, and figured mahogany back inside. That was an incredible guitar. Let us know which is your favorite. And oh, there is another auction coming, June 30th. Check out the website, auction.tfoa.eu, and then you will see which guitars are on that auction. They are not up yet, but they will be pretty soon. So keep that in mind, June 30th. And there's another sale as well. So visit the tfoa.eu website for the sale that's going on right now. And we hope to see you in next week's episode. Bye.